of things, whatever they could grab their hands on, and just running out. At that time, there were also several shots fired very close to us. My photographer actually saw someone with a gun in their hands, so you could tell exactly how close we were to the danger that was going on out here. At this point, there was someone that came up and started blocking. About 4 people started coming up to the storefront and blocking other people who wanted to go inside and loot and steal materials. They stopped them from going inside any further. So at this point, that threat is over. We're starting to see some of these crowds again running down South Floissant. I'm not exactly sure what they're running from, but police had fired some tear gas, which had that crowd rushing this way on their way out. They hit this store, and you can still see some of the heads, the mannequin heads on the floor there. Tons of broken glass here again. Just an unfortunate scene here where we're seeing some looting take place.
Julian, you said that you had some individuals that stopped the looting. Any idea if they have any connection to that business?
There's a fire, Steve. There's something on fire right now. Let's see if we can. I can't really tell what that is, but they're burning something right now off to the side of the road. I can't tell exactly what it is, but the fire is pretty intense from where we stand.
Whatever it is, it's fully engulfed.
That's at the corner of that's at the corner of South Floissant and Spot Drive. I can't tell what it is. We really don't want to get much closer to it, but it's going pretty heavy.
Let me go back to the question. We can keep the camera focused on that, but you mentioned some people intercepted the looters and stopped the looting. Any idea if they had any connection to that business, Beauty World?
No, it doesn't seem so. There's a lot of peaceful protesters out here that don't want to see things turn violent. So I'm thinking that was truly some of the peaceful people who saw what was going on and wanted to stop it. I've seen that scene happen before where there were people going into stores looting, and there were some of the peaceful people out here trying to keep the peace and stopping some of the looters from running into storefronts. We're hearing a lot more loud booms, some gunshots in the background at this time as well.
Yeah, if you think that was a gunshot, it was hard for us to hear from in here. You're on the scene. Any doubt in your mind, please take cover.
Yeah, there was a loud boom first there, Steve. And we're hearing more police announcements over the loudspeaker telling people to get out of the middle of the road. You'll be subject to arrest. The usual stuff we've been hearing. We heard a loud boom, which could have been a tear gas canister, and then another, I believe, a gunshot.
Julian, we are learning more from police. The police account via social media and beyond. A peaceful protester hit in the face, according to police, with a piece of concrete. Police say they are not deploying tear gas. They're using smoke, they say, to break up unruly crowds. That appears to be a St. Louis County police vehicle on fire there, if I see it correctly. Our crews have confirmed as well shots fired across from the Ferguson Police Department and south of the Ferguson Police Department. Looting, our crews have confirmed. Isolated so far that we know of, Beauty World, as well as a mobile store, the window busted out there.
That car is fully engulfed in flames, as you see from SkyZoom 4 on the left side of your screen. That is the fire and the smoke I assume we were seeing from Julian's point of view, although there are no cars around that. It's hard to tell. It's hard to get an idea of depth perception from the ground. You don't see how far away things are, and it's difficult. St. Louis police also tweeting that you saw the scene from Ray Preston, his live report. Grand at I-44 is currently closed due to peaceful protests. So Grand and 44 closed right now for protests and demonstrations.
So we know so many of you at home are concerned about any unrest. We are seeing some now. Our cameras trained on some unrest in Ferguson. Peaceful, growing protests on South Grand, in and around the area where Von Derek Myers was shot. So we continue to monitor these locations, but our crews are throughout the area as other reactions pop up.